Tim and Danny here from High Cotton Decor. This is your first time on
Video. Ever.
Not ever. For the
First
YouTube.
time on your YouTube channel. Yes.
So you're going to help me make some molds tonight.
Well, first I would say I'm proud of you for doing a YouTube video. You have a YouTube channel.
You're so sweet. Couldn't do it without your help.
I don't think that's right.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we are going to show you guys tonight how to make cute little molds like this. Here's another one that you can use on your projects, your furniture, your other things that you're creating. And we're using the amazing casting resin. This is a 10-minute resin. It cures and turns white in 10 minutes. Now you do need to work a little quickly. You only have about 2 or 3 minutes, so we can't talk a lot once we start pouring. You gotta
move
pour.
fast.
Yeah, because if it starts to turn white, it's gonna like get hard real fast once it starts to turn white.
No more pouring.
No more pouring.
No more pouring.
Once it's white, no more pouring. So you can get this on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can find it. So here's what you get. You get some of these little measuring cups to mix the two parts together. I do recommend, I always keep some baby wipes nearby so that I can wipe everything down. I do recommend, especially when you're first starting, that you only mix about a cup of each because, like I just said,
You calling that a cup?
Well, yeah, one of the little measuring cups.
One of the measuring cups, right.
Of each of the two parts because until you kind of get the hang of it, you want to only mix a little bit so that you don't waste it.
Right.
So you get the little measuring cups, you get some little popsicle sticks. I also use these bigger craft sticks that you can pick up on Amazon and different places. And then I recommend having a couple of toothpicks nearby to help you get the resin into all of the little
Well, at least we're stirring, I guess.
Because it's to stir the mixture.
Okay.
Yep. So I have my molds. This is our Paint Pixie Rose mold that we sell on our website. I'll put the link down below. And then this is our redesign with Prima. This is, I think this one's called Etruscan Accents. And it's just got all kinds of cute little medallions that you can use. And we're going to get started.
So how many of these 2 cups together, how many molds will they fill?
So 1 cup of each of the 2 parts. So here's the 2 parts. So
A and B.
You get an A and a B, and you mix equal parts of both, and you stir it up. And 1 little measuring cup of each of the 2 parts is going to fill this mold, and then it's going to fill about 2 of these, roughly.
Wow, that's a lot.
So yeah, and I just know that because I've done a lot. So okay, a few pointers. Some things that I've learned. You want to use a paper or plastic cup for mixing and pouring. Do not use styrofoam. Should I show them?
Show them.
If you use a styrofoam cup, you end up with your molds looking like this.
A little bubbly.
All bubbled up. It feels kind of like hard foam. Here's another example of, this is a rose, and then it got all bubbly on the back.
Well, the first one you did, though, was, the first ones over there you showed, those were done with a plastic cup?
Yes.
Okay, show the back. So those came out right.
And those came out right. So don't use styrofoam to do your mixing and pouring because something, I guess, in the styrofoam makes it get all bubbly, and then your mold is
Yucky.
You gotta throw it away. I already said you only have about 2 or 3 minutes once you mix the 2 parts together to pour. So you want to have everything kind of laid out and ready to go. You want to have all your materials laid out. And once you start pouring, you need to go until you're finished because once you start to see little white streaks in that liquid, you really only have about 5 more seconds, maybe.
While it's in the cup.
Yeah, as you're pouring it, if you notice that you're pouring it out and you're starting to see white streaks as it's pouring out, you only have about 3 to 5 more seconds, and it'll just harden as you pour.
Don't mess around.
Yeah, don't mess around.
And now you said something about it gets a little warm.
It does get warm, so the chemical reaction causes, I guess something about the heat is what does all of this magic. So it will feel warm, your cup will feel warm in your hand, and then the material, the resin in the molds is warm. And then when you go to pop them out after they get hard, they'll be warm as well. And we'll show that.
There's no Pam you got to put in here or any kind of
You don't have to put any type of release material.
That's what I was thinking of.
So
Pam's not a good example.
Pam likes cooking spray. Yeah. You don't have to put anything in. The molds that we sell are silicone. Silicone is a place in California. And they'll just pop right out. Now, in the instructions for the resin, they do recommend that you heat up your molds for about a minute or so. I actually haven't done that, so I don't know if that makes that big of a difference. But they'll come right out pretty easily.
May depend on how long you leave them in there.
Yeah, true. So the liquid is clear when you mix it and start pouring it, and then it's gonna turn white. And once it's solid white, it's done and ready to release from the mold. That happens in about 10 minutes or so.
So once you mix each one cup of A, 1 cup of B into the plastic cup from New Orleans.
This is our New Orleans Mardi Gras cup.
You have like 2 or 3 minutes for you to get it poured into the mold.
Yes.
So don't mess around.
And then it's fully hardened and ready to release in about 10 minutes.
Compared to the one that took 2 days.
Yes. So make sure you order the right one. Use the link I put down below because there are a couple of different types. This is amazing casting resin, and it says right here, cures and turns white in 10 minutes. So that's the one you want. The first one that I got was clear, and it had a 24-hour cure time. And I think that one is used for like tumblers, to like seal tumblers.
And you're not that patient.
And I'm not that patient. You know me so well.
I want to wait 24 hours.
I don't want to wait 24 hours. They also do recommend in the instructions that you paint it as soon as you demold. So keep that in mind. These ones I've got a little pile here that I made. These are about, 5 or 6 days old. I'm still going to paint them. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. We'll see.
We'll see. Instructions say do it immediately. We're going to see if 5-day works.
All right. So we're going to get our camera set up so that you guys can watch and see kind of how we do this on the tabletop.
Backcloth here.
I've got some garbage bags. Oh, so that's another one of my tips is make sure that your table is even because I was doing this out in the garage and I had a drop cloth on the table, and because the drop cloth was soft, I had an uneven surface, and so some of my molds ended up thicker on one end and thinner on the other. So you want to use a nice flat surface, and then I do recommend putting not a drop cloth because not fabric, but something down to protect your surface, because chances are you will spill or you'll set your stir stick down, and you really don't want to get this material on anything else.
Your nice dining room
on your nice dining room table or your countertop, or you really don't want to get it like on your clothes or your carpet or anything, because once it's not coming out. All right, we ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Mix it up.
All right, you guys, so we are ready to mix and pour. So I have my molds. I'm going to primarily be using my rose mold. I'm going to fill this, and then with whatever I have left over, I'm going to make a few of these. So we've got these ready to go. You can see I've got some plastic bags here. I like to reuse things as much as possible to protect our dining room table. So, yep, we're going to go ahead and pour. Oh, wait, hold on. That's 2 cups here. There we go.
Go to the top.
Go to the top.
Say when.
Okay.
Okay, or stop?
Stop.
Okay. This is A.
This is A. So we're going to pour this in our plastic cup.
This one's going to be B.
A is clear, and A is thicker, I believe, and B has a yellow tint to it and is a little thinner.
Are you on camera up there?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So don't mess around, right?
Don't mess around. Okay. All right, so we're going to, now you don't have to be like super precise with your measurement, but you know, you do need to be close.
Stir stick.
Stir stick, we're gonna stir this up. And at first it's gonna be a little cloudy and you wanna stir until it's clear, because then that means it's ready to pour.
Okay, looks
Stand
clear.
up.
Yep.
Looks clear.
Let's put the mold right there on the middle of the cup. So you got how many minutes?
About 2 to 3.
All right.
Should have a timer set.
I got a timer over there. 2 to 3 from when you stop stirring or when you first mix them together?
From when they are all mixed.
Okay.
So this is where you want to have your toothpick, because if you have a detailed mold, you can use your little toothpick to fill in, to kind of pull the material into these little holes here, these little spaces, so that you get a complete cast. This mold is very deep. This mold has a lot of deep cuts in the design. And so I'm going to actually just, because right here it's sticking up a little bit,
All right.
I'm going to just overfill a tiny little bit.
I got the timer going. You've gone about 40 seconds.
About 40 seconds, okay. Now if you underfill and you realize that when you're all done, you can go back and do another layer before you pop it out.
There you go. There's a little, I see it. Now you got it. So you're done with that mold.
Done with that one. So I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to use my extra material. Actually, I want this one. I should be able to get 2. Yep.
Maybe 3.
And I'll do this little tiny one over here. And I can tell it's starting to pour out a little thicker. All right. And you can see
Yep.
it's starting to turn white right
It
here.
sure is. Well, that's cool. So it'll be white when it's done.
Yep. And then I like to keep a baby wipe nearby and you feel this cup, feel it, how warm it is.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to wipe out, how long was it? Just right about 2 minutes,
Right
wasn't
about 2
it?
minutes.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna kind of wipe off. It is, on your fingers and stuff, it has kind of a little bit of a greasy, oily feel, and then it will start to get tacky. But I'm just gonna wipe this out because I want to reuse this cup.
How long do you have to let it sit? 10 minutes?
So this is gonna fully cure in 10 minutes.
I got my handy dandy timer there. I'm gonna put 10 minutes on it.
All right. Okay guys, so I think they're done. So once they turn white and you touch them and they feel firm, then they're ready to pop out. So you can see on this one, I didn't quite get enough right there, didn't quite get enough right there. So if I wanted to, I could go back and just pour another real thin layer on these. I'm not gonna worry about it because these are going on the planters that I showed you guys last week. So, and I'm gonna paint them, so they don't have to be perfect. These will be perfectly fine. They're still warm to the touch, so you're just gonna push on the bottom and pop them right out.
Wow, looks nice.
There you go. Now when you first take them out, you'll notice they are a little bit flexible. That flexibility is only gonna last for a few minutes. So if you are putting these on a piece and you need to like bend them, you may wanna just not let them sit in the mold for quite so long. So you can take them out while they're still a little bit softer, and then you've got more of a chance of
So if
bending
you had your flower pot, you could just kind of mold it around there real quick.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Not glue it on there, but kind of mold it so you could take that shape.
Yes. And then you could go ahead and glue it on at the same time.
Any certain kind of glue?
I usually use an epoxy glue, like I think it's called E6000. I can put the link to that in the description. For these, I don't have any of that epoxy glue here at home, so I'm probably just going to use wood glue. So you can see this little piece here, it's still flexible because it's so thin. And then I've got just a little bit extra material right there where I just went out of the mold a little bit. So while it's still drying, you can just kind of pick that off with your fingernail.
So it comes off easy.
While it's still a little soft, yes.
Okay. That looks like it's pretty easy to do.
It is easy to do, and they're so fun.
Now, is this the same type of stuff you put on some furniture recently, or is this with the same product on furniture, wood?
You can, yep, you can put this on furniture. You can put it on plastic, wood, metal, glass. You can paint them. The box says you can paint, you can stain. So these are just going to pop out. And look at all of the great detail that you get.
Wow.
Again, these are still a little bit flexible. These ones aren't quite as flexible because they're thinner than the roses. The roses are thicker. So these, oops, got hard a lot faster.
I'll get it.
Don't let the dogs get it.
That thing is a biscuit.
So again, I got a little bit extra material right here. So you could go with like a little pair of scissors and trim some of that out if you wanted to. I'm not really going to worry about it. For the purpose I'm using these for, it'll be fine. There we go.
So how many, I mean, just flowers, I'm a guy. What other kind of molds can you buy? You got all kinds?
We have all kinds. We have all kinds of embellishments and shapes and all kinds of neat things. So I'm sure I'll be doing some more pieces using these over the next few months and sharing it with you guys. But you can really get creative. So, okay. Thanks for helping.
You're welcome.
I have just a little bit of each bottle left. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more tray. And then I'm going to show you guys how to, I'm going to glue these to the pots I'm working on and paint them so that you guys can see.